Night fell like a black velvet curtain draped over the skyscrapers, where the streetlights cast weak, lonely pools of light. Not a single soul on the street. The curfew had been issued after the Black Mask attack, and the people of Gotham, those accustomed to darkness and violence, were truly afraid this time. They stayed indoors, locked their doors, and prayed. But beneath the ground, in a secret base carved deep into the city's bedrock, there was no room for prayers, only preparation, only war. Alfred Pennyworth stood in the shadows, his old yet sharp eyes watching his young master. Bruce Wayne was inspecting the armor one last time, every joint, every protective plate, every stitch. His hands moved with the precision of a master who had done this 1,000 times. But tonight, something was different in the air. "This is your life and death battle, lad." Alfred's voice was deep and heavy as stone. He stepped closer, holding a small syringe filled with a glowing green liquid venom, the toxin that had turned Bane into the monster the entire city feared. Only 2 doses, enough for only 2 infusions. "Are you ready?" Alfred asked, though he already knew the answer. Bruce looked up. His eyes were no longer those of the orphan boy from years past, nor the eyes of the billionaire playboy Gotham saw on magazine covers. These were the eyes of a warrior who had seen too much, lost too much, and was ready to sacrifice everything. "I'm completely listening," Bruce replied, but his mind was elsewhere, more precisely, in many elsewheres at once. Faces surfaced in his memory like ghosts. Selina Kyle, eyes sharp as a cat's, her voice whispering, "Take care of yourself, Wayne," before she stepped away into the darkness, leaving him forever, or at least, that was what he felt in that moment. Killer Croc, formerly Waylon Jones, the friend who had been transformed into a monster with thick scales and razor-sharp teeth, snarled, "We should have left you there." Two-Face, his visage half destroyed by fire and acid, spoke in a distorted voice. "I only hate you half the time." Riddler Edward Nygma, with his perpetual mocking smile, still not forgetting to jest about Bruce Wayne's poverty, about how a billionaire who lost everything could still stand firm. All of them, all of his friends, before Bane appeared and twisted them into grotesque shapes, absolute versions of the deepest fears within their own souls. "We only use 1 infusion," Alfred said, cutting through Bruce's reverie. "Now let's test it, make sure your system can handle it. Then we use the remaining dose in the arena to fight Bane." Bruce nodded, but deep inside, he already had another plan. Above ground, Mayor Hill was speaking on television. His face bore the smugness of a man who knew he was lying but believed no one could expose him. "Dear citizens of Gotham," his voice echoed through the airwaves, "tonight I am here to assure you that, despite what the terrorist Batman claims, there is no monster lurking beneath our streets. In fact, the only monster in this city is him." The speech ended, the cameras turned off, and immediately the mask of the politician fell away. "So the match will take place at midnight," Hill said, turning to Harvey Bullock. The inspector was baffled. "What?" "Bullock, this order comes directly from above," Hill emphasized. "No one is allowed near that area within a 10-block radius except Batman and him." Above was not God. Above was the absolute Joker, the one pulling the strings of the entire city from the shadows, along with the absolute Veronica Cale, the absolute Ra's al Ghul, and a whole council of absolute evils that had divided control of the world among themselves. Joker controlled Gotham, and Joker wanted to see a show. Veterans Arena had once been a venue for boxing matches, concerts, sporting events, a place where people came to cheer and briefly forget their miserable lives. But tonight, it would become a modern-day Roman arena, a place of only blood, honor, and death. Bane entered first. He needed no theme music. He needed no announcer. His presence alone was a statement grand enough. Standing over 2.5 meters tall, muscles bulging like steel cables, sheathed in coarse skin, Bane moved with the heaviness of a war machine. His mask, the symbol of his dependence on venom, exhaled faint green vapors into the cold air. "I am here," he roared, his voice reverberating throughout the empty arena. "Where is your champion?" Harley Quinn emerged from another entrance, her two-tone red and black-dyed hair flying. She was no longer Dr. Harleen Quinzel now, she was a part of this war, whichever side she was on. "Light them up, boys," she ordered her Red Hood gang. But instead of guns, they turned on all the lights surrounding the arena. Blinding white light flooded the space, transforming it into a colossal stage. And then, from the shadows on the opposite side, Batman stepped out. Bruce Wayne had always had a flair for the dramatic, whether in the main DC universe or the absolute universe. That never changed. "All right, lad, Alfred's voice sounded in his earpiece. Let's begin. Remember the plan. Tire him out. Keep attacking him until he exhausts his venom. And then when he has nothing left, you use yours. Enough talk, Bruce replied. It's time. He signaled to Harley. Make him famous. Harley smiled and activated the drones. Dozens of drones circled the arena, each equipped with a live broadcasting camera. Across the city of Gotham, on every screen, every phone, every connectable device, the image from the arena appeared. Mayor Hill had lied, and now the entire city would know it. Bane watched the drones with amusement. Excellent public viewings, he said. I hope you have learned some new techniques so we can give them a real show. Let's see. The last time Bruce Wayne and Bane fought, using the word fought was an understatement. Bruce had been beaten to a pulp, without even the slightest chance. He had absolutely no idea what was happening. But that was the last time. This time, Batman had prep time, and Batman's prep time was the most dangerous weapon in any universe. Bane raised his hand, signaling, "It's your turn now." Bruce did not answer. Instead, he pressed a button on his gauntlet. A signal was sent, and then, in an instant, the entire arena shook. An abandoned building just outside the arena, rigged with explosives beforehand, exploded in half. The massive structure collapsed, tons of concrete and steel hurtling straight toward Bane. Dust and smoke billowed up in a thick cloud. "I choose this move," Batman said, his voice cold as ice. "Welcome to Gotham." But Bane was not crushed. When the smoke cleared, he still stood there, shattered blocks of concrete around him, his eyes glowing red behind the mask. "You think I did not see what you were doing, little boy," Bane growled. "Focus, lad," Alfred said. "Shoot." The Batmobile lunged forward from an underground entrance. Remotely controlled by Alfred, the war machine fired massive harpoons, embedding them deep into Bane's shoulders and back, holding him in place. Then, with a roar of the engine, the Batmobile retracted the harpoons and launched itself straight at Bane, slamming into him with full force. But when the dust settled, Bane still stood, and he had healed. "When I turned back to attack Bane again," Alfred whispered, "I made the mistake of glancing at him. He had already healed. But how? And his build too. Something was off. His speed as well. I was hurled into the air before I could realize what was happening. The Batmobile was tossed aside by Bane like a toy. Alfred, who was hiding nearby to control it, was thrown from his position. "Is that all?" Bane asked. And then the real battle began. Elsewhere, in another arena, another battle was unfolding. But this was the past 2 years before all of these events took place. Waylon Jones, still a man at that time, stood in the corner of the ring. His opponent was Bibbo Babowski, the heavyweight champion, a fighting machine with fists that could crush skulls. No one believed Jones could win, not even Bruce Wayne. In fact, Bruce had gone to Falcone and arranged for Jones to lose in the 7th round. A large sum of money would be bet on that outcome. It was a sound business plan. It was what a rational Bruce Wayne would do. But when Bruce went to Jones to discuss the plan, Jones fired him from the position of trainer. "You don't believe in me," Jones said, his voice full of hurt. "No one believes in me." And that was the difference. Waylon Jones entered the fight alone. No trainer, no friends, no one standing in his corner of the ring. He was a solitary man fighting against the whole world, while Bruce Wayne, in his battle with Bane, had everyone by his side. "We are not so different, you and I," Bane said, as he continuously pummeled Batman with rapid blows. Each of his punches exploded like a bomb. Batman was knocked all over the arena, his body slamming into walls, concrete pillars, but he kept getting up, time and time again. "But what Batman lacks in strength and speed," Alfred said, his voice echoing like a narrator for this fated battle, "he compensates for with brutality. He is a genius of violence, and I have known a few prodigies in my life. But him, he moves like a man possessed. He fights like a man haunted, a man born to do this." Batman did not hesitate, even when Bane regenerated his eyeball, because Bruce had knocked it out of his head. Bruce continued his assault. He took pleasure in it, drawing blood from those who deserved to suffer, the blood of those who had never seen their own blood outside of their bodies. People so powerful they nearly forgot the blood flowing in their veins until Batman showed it to them through spurting red streaks. But then Bane grabbed him, and when Bane got hold of Batman, it was nearly over. "In truth, I look at you and see my foolish younger self," Bane said, his voice full of pity. "But the game is over now, so act, use it. It is your only move." He meant the venom. He wanted Bruce to use the venom, wanted to turn Bruce into a monster just like himself. Not quite, Bruce replied, and then he gave the order, now. Harley Quinn screamed, release the green machine. From the darkness of the arena, a shipping container exploded, and Killer Croc charged out. Waylon Jones, now a monster with thick scales, razor-sharp teeth, and terrifying strength, lunged straight at Bane. The thing that was once Waylon Jones tore into Bane, Alfred recounted, ripping off chunks of flesh, swallowing them. Bane pumped more venom in. I could hear the sickening rustle of muscle fibers multiplying, thickening. He grew so large it was unbelievable, and the wounds were healing. But Croc kept going. He fought like a friend, protecting his friend, because that was exactly what was happening. Though transformed into a monster, Waylon Jones still remembered Bruce Wayne, still remembered the one who had once stood by his side. With gnats and fleas, Bane roared, we should not pity him, and then he hurled Batman into the air. Flashback to the past. Waylon Jones was being crushed by Bibbo Babowski. Round after round, the champion drove Jones into the corner of the ring, unleashing punches that could kill an ordinary man. Falcone sat in the stands, smiling. Everything was going according to plan. Jones would lose in the 7th round. But then Bruce Wayne stepped into the ring. You cannot be here, the security guard said. When? Bruce shot back and kept walking. Bruce? Jones whispered, surprised. Yes, I am here, Bruce said. I support you. That was the moment everything changed. Waylon Jones was no longer fighting alone. Someone believed in him. Someone stood by his side. And that made all the difference. Back in the Veterans Arena, Harley Quinn ran to Bruce Wayne, who had just been beaten by Bane until his nose bled, his clothes torn, his body bruised. This is probably the moment someone would give you a long motivational speech, she said, but I am going to be straight with you. Get up. Great, Bruce replied. Now get back in there and save that crocodile. He is an alligator. You know what I mean. Bruce got up and charged back into the fight. Killer Croc had been knocked away by Bane, his body lying motionless in a corner of the arena. Bruce swung an axe into Bane's back, severing the spine at the thoracic level. That means you cannot use your legs anymore, Bruce said. But no matter, you still have your arms. Then, he chopped off Bane's arm as well. Damn it, now you cannot use your arm either. But hey, you can still bite me. And then, standing before the enemy who had ruined the lives of his friends, Bruce spoke the truth. No, we are not so different, Bane. We both lost our fathers. The difference is I did not break my father's back or shatter his heart. That was the most painful blow Bane had ever received, not to his body, but to his soul. Bane roared in fury and began pumping more venom, more than ever before. Dr. Arkham, the one who had created Bane, was watching from afar. She whispered, Bane is astonishing. His system is surpassing every limit we ever thought possible. Bane lost all self-control. He grabbed Bruce and began slamming him into the ground as hard as he could, screaming as he pummeled him. Each slam was a tremor. The ground cracked. Concrete shattered. You think you can win, don't you? Bane screamed. You think you are better than me? You are nothing. I cannot believe what I am seeing, Bane, Arkham said. The cells, they have surpassed self-repair and become nearly embryonic, undifferentiated. If 27 is anything like you, then he is a miracle. But 27, Bruce Wayne, was not like Bane. He refused to use venom. That was the entire point of this battle. Now use it, Bane screamed into Batman's face. Use your venom. I want to defeat you at your best. Alfred pleaded in his earpiece. Do it, lad. Use the venom. It is your only chance to survive this. Please. Bruce looked at Bane, at the arena, at the drones, still broadcasting live. All of Gotham was watching. The whole world was watching. All right, Bruce said. You win. You want me to use venom? I will use it. Bane smiled. The moment he had been waiting for had arrived. At last, Batman would become a monster just like him. At last, he would have a true brother. But then Bruce said, Catwoman, shoot. And Selina Kyle, from a hidden position in the stands, fired the arrow containing venom into Bane, not Batman, Bane. The venom pierced through Bane's back, pumping directly into his already overloaded system. Wait, Bane whispered. Stop. And then he exploded. Not an ordinary explosion. Bane's body disintegrated from within, his cells unable to withstand the colossal amount of venom. He collapsed, a heap of flesh and blood, yet still alive somehow. Alfred could not hold back his laughter. I cannot stop laughing, he said. Laughing like I have never laughed before because of this kid, my God. Flashback to the past. The fight between Waylon Jones and Bibbo Babowski. The 7th round. Jones was nearly down. But then, with the last of his strength, with the belief that someone was rooting for him, Jones sprang up. He soared into the air, flipped Babowski with his own body weight, and took down the champion. Do you believe in miracles? The commentators screamed. The underdog had beaten the champion. It was a story full of twists, and Bruce Wayne, who had bet everything, even Falcone's shares, on Jones's victory, won big. Not just in money. He had won the trust of a friend. 2 days before the battle with Bane, Bruce Wayne sat with Riddler and Selina Kyle in the secret base. On the table was a complex medical device. "How much of this stuff am I taking from you, Bruce?" Riddler asked. "All of it, Eddie," Bruce replied. "Every last drop. Every drop of venom that Bane had injected into his body during their first encounter. All of it was extracted." Bruce Wayne would enter this battle not as a monster enhanced by toxin. He would enter as himself, as pure Batman. 2 meters tall, weighing over 180 kilos, but entirely human. "I will defeat Bane my own way," he said. And he did. After the battle, when everything had settled, Selina came to Bruce. "No matter what happens, I am still proud of you, Bruce," she said. Then she left, taking the remaining venom with her. She would store it or destroy it. Bruce did not know, and perhaps he did not need to know. Alfred stood in the shadows of the arena, watching his master. "Now, looking back, I understand why Bruce won," he said. "What Bane failed to do, what all kings, generals, and masters of war always forget for some soldiers, victory is not the goal." He paused, his voice deepening, "Because their fight is bigger than any fight. It is as ancient as time, and as urgent as a child's cry. And it never ends, truly. It is about doing the right thing, nothing more, nothing less. So, for someone like Batman, he does not fight to win, he fights by instinct. This fight was for family, for the people he loves." Alfred smiled, a sad but deeply proud smile. "I am grateful to Batman for the reminder." But the story did not end there. In a secret laboratory, Dr. Arkham stood before what remained of Bane. Technically, he was just a brain, a spinal column, and eyeballs, but by some miracle of science, he was still alive. His cells, as Arkham had said, were a wonder. "Good morning, Bane," she said. "You look wonderful today. But I am here because someone else wants to speak with you." And then, from the shadows, the absolute Joker stepped out. He smiled that smile, that unmistakable signature smile. "Bane, I just want to reassure you," Joker said. "This whole thing, I consider it just a minor setback. Listen, I know you were hoping to retire. Your role, that is. But I am quite certain that would not make you happy. Not really. Lounging around in Santa Prisca with family. Come on, you love this fight too much." Bane could not answer. He did not even have a mouth to speak with. "So, as your friend, I want to help," Joker continued. "What was your father's rebel group called?" "Celos Libris. A nice name. The Free Sky. So from now on, I want you to feel that way too, so you can focus on what you truly love. Unburdened and liberated. Free." Joker played a video. On the screen, Santa Prisca Bane's homeland, where his family lived, was burning. A nuclear bomb had been activated. The island vanished in the blinding light of destruction. Everyone Bane had ever loved, all dead. Bane could not scream. He had no lungs. But if he could, his scream would have shaken the world itself. Batman had won. He had defeated Bane without venom, through his own strength, intellect, and most importantly, through the love he had for his friends. Waylon Jones had also triumphed in the past, proving that with belief and support, nothing was impossible. But now, with the absolute Joker having destroyed everything Bane cared about, with all Bane had left being pure hatred, what would happen next? Would Bane, after being reconstructed, return to seek revenge on Joker? Would he ally with Batman, his sworn enemy, to destroy an even greater foe? Or would his hatred burn everything down, including himself? That is a story for another day. But tonight, at Veterans Arena, Batman had won, not by strength, not by venom, but by heart, by friendship, by love. And that is the true strength of the absolute Batman. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you all very much.